Today is June 26th of 26, and I just wanted to say that when I was in my 30s, which was probably '07, '08, somewhere around there, I took a deep dive into the Holy Bible. And when I say deep dive, I mean literally. I transformed my life to where I worked, I ate, I slept, I showered, and I read the Bible. And I also had some friendships to where I was proactive in to implement into their lives what I was learning. That is the other people that I was experiencing my life with at the time. I can just tell you is that when you put God first, literally, which I did, to give you an understanding, here I am. I'm in 30, 31, 32 years of age, and the biggest lesson I learned, this is not something that I necessarily want to talk about, but I'm going to put it out there, is that there was no sex in my life, no randomness, no relationships. Like I said, like there's the man way where, obviously, you're looking for partnership, and then there's God where there's no partnership except putting God first. And that's what I was doing at those young age years, and it really made a difference into what I learned spiritually and physically with the human body. Like I said, I'm sort of like hindered to keep going in what I want to truly say because of the fact that it's not embarrassing, but it's a reality. But like, to give you an idea, like if you don't take care of yourself and you don't fornicate or have relationships sexually with anybody, obviously male to female, then there's definitely what's the word I'm looking for? Life lessons, I guess, as far as how the physical body works. You experience wet dreams, you get attacked in your dreams, things like that. And the release of a man is important, but when you're putting God first and you're looking at it, reading the Bible on your own, interpreting it your own way, to where there's no religion involved, it's just you trying to understand the Bible. And as you do it, you are like literally trying to implement everything that you learn, literally. That's what I was doing in my 30s and 31, 32 years of age. And I went 2.5 years without, well, I'm just going to say it, without touching myself and without releasing with any woman. And it taught me a lot. It reminds me of Paul saying the things you want to do, you don't do, and the things that you do, you don't want to do. It's about the flesh, and then there's the spiritual, and then there's the commitment, and then there's you, and trying to please God the best you can in transforming your life as you read the Bible. And I spent 2.5 years basically before I failed in it. And the thing is that the reason why I'm bringing it up is because after 2 years, you would not believe the spiritualness that was going on in my life. Like, I can tell you examples, but it doesn't matter. What I want to tell you is what matters is that it was real, and that when you put God first and you commit your life to God first, and I'm talking over family, friends, loved ones, whatever you want to call them, they're just people, okay? And the thing is that I put God above everything besides my workplace because I needed an income. And I'm telling you, it was wild. I had so many attacks from the devil or demons, whatever you want to call it. and they were testing me out because of how hard I was serious on God, putting Him first. This was in my 30s. I'm now 52, and I'm gonna upload this because this is a thought that I had to share and also document on my channel, because my channel is basically about documenting things I experienced and my rationale and to understanding the things I experienced, as well as being experiences that I lived. So I'm just documenting this. This is from my 30s, and I spent 2.5 years being obedient to God through the Bible, and it blew my mind. I mean, I had like 3 doves every day landing at my house when I go to work. I've had so many things happen. I mean, I know the bird thing doesn't sound like it's important, but believe me, it stood out in those years when everything was going on in my walk. I've had where I'd find wallets and I'd return them rather than taking them. I mean, I was being tested out, even as far as smoking a cigarette and throwing it on the ground versus picking up the butt and putting it in your pocket instead of throwing it on the ground. There were so many different levels of things. I even had where me and family members went to a pool at an apartment complex, and I was praying on the way there because of the fact that the sky looked gray, like it was going to rain, and I was like, oh, please don't rain until we get done, swimming at least. It was so important to me that moment with my family members. And as soon as I watched the youngest step out of the pool after we were done swimming, a single raindrop landed by her foot as she left the pool. And I was like, wow. And the sky had like a circle where it was clear above where I was swimming at this apartment complex with my family members. And then it was like held back just for that special prayer. I mean, I know it sounds crazy. You might think I'm crazy. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just sharing what are truths that I lived, that are testimonies to me. And I'm sharing it because of the fact that it was mind-blowing when it happened. And I guess like this whole video that I'm uploading right now is to stress to people that have never tried or don't believe, is read the Bible, New Testament, implement Romans and stuff like that. More than Romans, but I can only say Romans right now. I'm not that fluent, being 25 years older than when I was doing what I was doing in the 30s. But the point is that it's so real. The closer you draw to God, the closer God draws to you. And He shows and reveals Himself. And it takes a lot of determination, a lot of serious mindset, and when I say mindset, what I mean is to pray daily and always put God first in your heart, because God judges by the heart is how I look at it. Once saved, always saved. I can say that. That's what I believe. To each his own. But I just wanted to upload this as well because it's so serious to me, and I'm uploading these things on this channel because I want to remember them as I get older, and this crossed my mind today. So I just wanted to document it and post it. God bless.